Hello and welcome to Mission Perspectives, Module number 11. This week we're looking at the subject of our strategies toward world evangelization. To help us in this task, we want to do, first of all, some quick background to see how Christianity has grown. In particular, we look at some of the statistics. Since 1900, we find that there was only 3% of the world's population that identified as Christian or followers of Jesus. Moving right through till today, we discover that in the last 70 years particularly, there's been a massive growth in Christianity around the globe. Today, 12% of the world's population would present themselves as being followers of Jesus Christ. So, in the light of all of that, we look then particularly at some of the places where we are seeing some of this extraordinary growth in the Christian faith. We look at places like China, at South Korea, we look at places like India, and we will see how over these last 50 years particularly, there has been a massive expansion in the outreach of the gospel. And in many ways, whilst Christianity seems in lots of quarters to be dying in the Western world, there are other places around the world where there has been phenomenal growth in the expansion of the gospel message. But then we move on to look at some of the continuing challenges, and the challenges are great. And so we ask ourselves, what is being done today to reach out to a dying world with the good news of the saving grace of the Lord Jesus? And so we will look at a whole variety of missional organisations that are seeking to reach out to people groups all around the world. We will in fact consider the fact that there are around about 16,500 people groups represented right around the globe. And of those, 6,733 of those people groups have never heard a viable witness to the message of God's saving grace in the Lord Jesus. So what is being done to reach out to these people? Well, we will look at a whole variety of ways in which people are seeking to take the good news of the gospel to those who have never heard. We will look, for example, at the growth in the church planting model that is taking place in so many countries around our world, particularly in many of the developing world countries. We'll look at the massive work that is going on in respect to translation from other dialects so that we might be able to put into writing the message of the gospel, the development of literature that is being dispersed throughout so many countries in the world that simply points people to the truth of the Lord Jesus. We'll look at the work of translation in translating the Bible through organisations such as the Wycliffe Bible Translators. We'll look also at the work of Christian radio, a fabulous work which has for so many years now had the opportunity to cross all kinds of international borders, and indeed has been able to cross closed borders in so many ways, where the gospel of the Lord Jesus has gone in and people have found that they have stumbled upon a radio station that heralds the good news concerning Jesus Christ and his salvation plan. We'll look at the use of video in all kinds of contexts that are being used, particularly things such as the Jesus video, which has had a phenomenal impact in so many countries around the globe, having been translated into dozens and dozens of other languages. We'll look also at the more contemporary use of satellite, which again is able to transcend all kinds of cultural and international borders. And we will get something of a sense of the excitement that is happening as people are coming up with all kinds of new initiatives to reach out with the gospel. And so I trust that this journey that we take together will actually encourage and inspire you that the work of the gospel is by no means dying away. The work of the gospel is gathering momentum, and the promise of the Lord Jesus when he said, "I will build my church and not even the gates of Hades will prevail against it," is being fulfilled in our day. And this is the task to which God calls us to be joined. May God bless you.